Okay, it's Tuesday and today I'm going to talk to you about the internet. So that is the kind of loose theme of today, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Jenny, we know about the internet. Of course we do. We are the queen of the internet or whatever. But I'm just going to share some stories with you today because I can. So a point I think we can all agree about the internet is it's very easy to become attached to people who we don't really know. And while this is usually fine, it sometimes is not fine, and I'm going to tell you of some of those times. So, once upon a time, I was a complete McFly fangirl. No, Jenny, you don't say. And as such, I was a member of the McFly forums as they used to be. In any case, on these forums there was a story going around of a girl who everybody kind of had spoken to and whatever, and saying she was in hospital and something really bad had happened to her. I can't remember what it was. And everyone was obviously really kind of upset and worried about her. So it was kind of a community feel as well, that you had everybody kind of spoke to each other and had the same sort of thing as what was basically like Twitter, except that I don't think we had Twitter at that point. So I believe there was a thread set up where everybody was basically saying get well soon and they were worried or whatever. And I think one of her closer friends of the internet phoned the hospital she was at and asked if she was okay because we had no updates, and it turned out there was nobody at the hospital with that name. And from there, I don't know how it was unearthed, it was somehow found out that this girl actually didn't exist and had been using pictures of someone from her school that she didn't like to basically as her own face, and had used a fake name and had come on these forums for like a year or two, befriended people with this complete false alias and didn't exist, basically. Which obviously upset quite a lot of people because they thought they had this friend and they didn't. And that there, people, is story number one. Story number two I think came around the same time, maybe slightly before. I was on a Cherub RP forum. I don't know if anyone's read the Cherub books, I was obsessed with them when I was 13 or whatever. And I was on an RP site, and again there was a kind of community feel, there weren't that many people on it. So everyone kind of knew who people were. And again it turned out that one of the mods on the site had apparently died. And again I don't really know how it came about, but there was a big memorial set up to her. The website was redesigned to have a big thing across the top with her name on it, saying that the website was dedicated to her. And then in the end it turned out again that she was fine basically and had just left the forum, but left everyone thinking she was dead by using one of her real life friends' account. And obviously a lot of people who had spoken to her over like a year or two got quite upset about the fact that she died and then didn't. So then on the McFly forums again later on there was a girl, Sarah, who actually did die of a heart attack sadly, and that obviously upset a lot of people, but there were people there who were just not sure how to take it because we'd had this thing before about somebody who had pretended to be in hospital and didn't actually exist, and it's kind of ruined things like that for people. You've always got the element of doubt. Most of the time people you meet on the internet are completely fine, but there are cases like that, and they're not even malicious or people try to steal your bank details or meet up with you and then kill you. It's just people who are there and then pretend to be people they aren't just for the hell of it, and then people get attached to them and then are upset by it. And yeah, that's my story of the day. I don't really know what my point is because I'm not trying to preach and be like, be careful who you talk to, because I don't really do that. But if you have ever had a similar experience to this, then you can post in the comments and I'd be interested to hear about it. And if you haven't, then have a good day, have a good week, and I will see you next Tuesday. Also, this t-shirt here that I'm wearing is a design of a cool nerdwriter person called Molly, who I know from Twitter, that you should check out her. I don't know. She's on Twitter, you should speak to her because she's cool and has cool t-shirts and stuff.